Hello aspirants, welcome to the Hi-Fi of the Day, Daily Current Affairs by Alchemy IAS Institute. I am Suhas and we are going to discuss the 5 most important news topic of the day. There was an article about modern day language politics. The Maharashtra is not accepting the 3 language model that compulsory imposition of Hindi as a third language. So what is that historical background, like how Hindi is dominating, or is like Hindi is so influential in India? What is the history? In the ancient or in the medieval time, under the Mughal rule, the Persian was the administrative language. Earlier, Hindi was not the language; it was Persian. The Britishers in 1832, what happened? The court ruled that the justice delivery should be in local language that the common people should understand. So, post 1832, they promote the usage of local language for justice delivery. But by 1861, courts used English, Urdu, and Persia, but Hindi had not yet institutional presence due to the lack of standardized vocabulary and the script. Then the rise of Nagari Pracharini Sabha around 1893. So it founded in Banaras by Shyam Sundar Das, Pandit Ram Narayan Mishra, and Thakur Shivkumar Singh. So what they did, they advocated the Hindi in Devanagari script in court and government offices, and pioneered the effort of compile an authoritative Hindi dictionary. So what are the major contribution of Nagari Pracharini Sabha? That they collected that field collection of words from 1980 to 1908 to 1929. They were collecting the words like volunteers collected local Hindi words, synonyms, and usages, and that accumulated 11 volumes of the Shabda Sagar. That is a dictionary. So the publishers are Shabda Sagar 1929, History of Hindi Literature by Acharya Ramchandra Shukla, and Nagari Pracharini Patrika and Saraswati. They are magazines. They are very vital for the Hindi literary development. So these information, these topics, or these facts are important for the prelims and mains. And Arya Bhasha Pustakalaya 1896, India's largest Hindi library at that time. That's also important. There was a news about golden visa. Golden visa, that UAE is issuing golden visa. It's a limitless visa for foreigners based on their investment, their business, their properties, or their special talent. So there are some new changes for this golden visa scheme. So earlier it was 5 to 10 years, that golden visa. Now it changed to lifetime. Okay, that now golden visa is issued for lifetime, and this is actually a pilot project. This is like a testing time only for this, and now as of now, Indians and Bangladeshis are eligible for this scheme, and the fee will be around 23 to 23.3 lakhs, and there is no criteria of investment, no investment needed, and need not to visit Dubai before getting this visa. We can apply from we can get the approval from the home country itself, like from India itself. And one Bosco center in India is a application center, and that nomination is reviewed by the Riyadh group, and final decision will be by the UAE government. So what are the benefits for golden visa holders? One is lifetime residency in UAE, and they can bring family, domestic workers, drivers, etc., and freedom to start business and engage in any professional workers, and no need of any sponsors, UAE based sponsors or employers. So this is important for India UAE relations, and about this comprehensive partnership agreement also. There was a news that an Indian in a Kerala boy, he was a level 4 vendor of drugs, and he was active in dark web. So what is this dark web? What do you mean by dark web? Actually, it is created by the US Naval Research and Laboratory in 1990s, and routes data through multiple encrypted layers like onion. like a browser will be used, that is Tor browser for this, and the extension will be .onion. The domain will be .onion. Okay, so what is dark web? What is the difference between our usual web and a dark web? See, we are seeing that we used to tell it as surfing in internet. That means we are using the surface web only for accessing data. Google, all these things, we are in the surface web only, like Facebook, e-commerce, YouTube, everything is in surface web. There is another layer of this web called deep web. Deep web means they are using that we cannot use those data, we can just see their interface only, but the background data will be communicated in deep web, like net banking, research papers, medical records, that hospital hospital network will be connected, and private forums, private network, and other unindexed sites are also in deep web. And below this are like little more secure, that is dark web. And what is the difference? What is the importance? Or it's like, what is the speciality? Privacy protection will be there, and private communication, and here that illegal trade also happening. So dark web doesn't mean that it is completely illegal, or else like it is something like a dangerous or illegal, but the illegal trade is happening here because the privacy concern is there, and the tracking is little difficult in dark web. Okay, so what are the concerns that legal versus illegal uses of the dark web? Like the legal uses are there, like the for whistleblowers, or else like to bypass the censorship data, we can use dark web. But the illegal uses like drug trading, drug trafficking, human trafficking, or hitmans, like buying and selling of weapons, these illegal trades are also happening in dark web. And what had happened in Kerala, that boy was a level 4 drug trader. Like that level is determined because by the experience, and level 1 is a beginner, level 4 means highly trusted person. And interestingly, he was the only level 4 trader in India. That Kerala boy was the only level 4 trader. And why the dark web challenging to police? Because the tracking is very difficult. This privacy is very high, so we cannot track who is doing what is doing. This tracking is actually very difficult in dark web. And is the dark web is all dark? No, actually, like it is not dark. It's a two-way sword. Like it's not a bad, it's not good. Both are there. Okay, both uses are there. Chinese Premier Xi Jinping was absent from the BRICS summit. Why? There are two reasons cited by China. Not as like China is cited the official reason only, that scheduling problems, or as like he was not available at that time. But unofficial reasons like he met the Brazilian president, and for a dinner which hosted for PM Modi, he was not given higher importance. That was also another reason. And the Putin was also absent because of that ongoing ICC arrest warrant. These are some reasons. Okay, so what is the dark web of Chinese politics? The Chinese politics is actually we term it as black box. Like the data will not be out without the consent of the Chinese government, and controlled by that transparency is very less, and controlled by the state media. And why speculations of Xi Jinping weekends did not add up? Because every year that repeated pattern of rumors will be there around July to September, that every year that pattern happens, like Xi Jinping losing its grip, and Xi's power is still intact. Actually, no other Chinese Communist Party leader has arisen for challenging the Xi Jinping's authority, and it is his third unprecedented term, that from 2022 to 2027. And the reason shows that he removed some army higher officers. Okay, that also shows that the consolidation, not weakness. So what might Xi Jinping's accent actually means, he don't want to attend a place where he don't get the importance as he expected, and he want to, it's a strategically like strategic decision to stay away from the BRICS summit. That's it. Phone tapping. What is phone tapping? Phone tapping means leaking, or it's like without the consent, or it's like stealing. We can't say like stealing the phone conversation of a person. Okay, so there are 3 laws governing the phone tapping. One is Indian Telegraph Act, tapping of voice calls and landlines mobiles, and in IT Act of 2000, interception of emails, WhatsApp, and digital messages, and Indian Post Office interception of the postal communication, Indian Post Office Act 1898. So section 5 2 of the Telegraph Act allows interception only if there is a public emergency or in the interest of a public safety, and if the valid constitutional reasons like sovereignty and integrity of India is challenged, security of the state, public order is challenged, friendly relation with the foreign state is challenged, preventing the incitement of to commit a offense. And there are two conflicting judgment by the High Court. One is Delhi High Court. Delhi High Court upheld the phone tapping order in June 26, 2025. It says that the corruption impact the economy, public trust and infrastructure qualifies as a public safety issue. So because of public safety, this phone tapping is okay. The Delhi High Court. But in Madras High Court, July 2nd, 2025, they quashed the phone tapping order. It says that that procedural lapse set by the Supreme Court is not followed. So what is this procedural norms by the Supreme Court in 1997? That Supreme Court upheld the phone tapping but added some strict safeguards. Only Home Secretary, Center of State, has the authority to interception, and it must be unavoidable. If there is no other way, then only we can tap the phone. And a review committee should form within 2 months. A central level and state level review committee should form for examining this, and also codify the section 419A of the Indian Telegraph Act. Okay. Finally, the current affairs drill question of the day. Consider the following statement regarding the dark web. It is accessible through standard website like Chrome and Firefox. It is entirely illegal and use only criminal activities. It uses encrypted network like a Tor to ensure the anonymity. It hosts website with the .onion domain extensions. So which of the statement given above are the right? Given above is or are correct? The options are given here. Comment your